cancels out your faith. How you believe in the Most High, and here you worried about the things you ask the Most High to come through for you for? It make no sense. That's why it says, and set aside the thoughts, that's what you're thinking, that are most heavy unto thee. Some things you can't do anything about, but you're going to sit there and concentrate on them, and ain't moving no mountains nowhere into the sea, because you ain't got no faith. My Trouble Shai just said, give it to me. I'll take it to the Most High. Who's going to give you more than what the Most High can give you? And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. So, man, I hope you're going to hurry up and flee from these times. Verse 16. For yet greater evils than these which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. That's in our time. Great evils are being done right now, y'all. And some of you live in such a bubble type of world, or the shadow of death, and don't even realize it, that when it pop up on you, you're going to be amazed, you're going to be superly scared out of your wits. Because you don't know, like he just told us, you're going to see our enemies going to surround us, going to make a trench around Jerusalem. And we started fighting them in the, before 70 AD for years. Call them our enemies. He said, when you see the armies, when you see the city compared to the armies, the Roman armies, you know the time of desolation is near. So when we fell in 70 AD, he told us our enemies going to surround us and bring us down. He said, but you ain't know the time of your visitation. He told them to flee into the mountains, flee into Africa. That's when we fled into Africa. Some heard. That's why millions fled into Africa. You got those that didn't, just like we're going to be in these last days. They're not going to know because what they following. They following the slate of men, precepts of men, what man says. So man going to lead you straight to hell. If he ain't really in this word to know these prophecies, as it is written, to know what to look for, and to be in the spirit with the Most High at that time. 2 Corinthians 14:16. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. Matthew 6:24. So take therefore no thought for the morrow, the next day. For the morrow shall take a thought for the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. You know? Today is evil, tomorrow gonna be evil. That's why I say don't take no thought for tomorrow. Gonna be evil tomorrow. These are days of evil. Look at the darkness that's in this world. Go to Isaiah 60:1. Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Most High is risen upon thee. Our light is come, and the glory of the Most High, Yahushua, is risen upon us. To open up our eyes in these last days, the Spirit of the Most High, to show us the way to follow His laws, which is the truth that's going to lead to everlasting life. He's showing us. The last days, tell you, Hebrews 1 and 2, first chapter, second verse. These last days, He's speaking to us through Mashiach Yahushua. Isaiah 60:2. Behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. Hear that? Gross ignorance. Darkness means ignorance, and gross darkness the people. But the Most High shall arise upon thee, and His glory shall be seen upon thee. And the Gentiles shall come to thy light, and kings to the brightness of thy rising, as we rising up. So the Gentiles going to come to the light that we're going to be illuminated. Whether you like it or not, you're going to come to these laws. Mashiach Shai call them a rod of iron. They're going to come to the light. And kings to the brightness of thy rising. Kings gonna come to the brightness of our rising. That's why I tell you. Isaiah 49:23. It said, and kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and their queens thy nursing mothers. They shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth, and lick up the dust of thy feet. And thou shalt know that I, the Most High, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Yahweh, for they shall not be ashamed that wait for me. See? So it's all here. Psalm 94:16. Psalm 94:16. Who will rise up for me, the Most High saying, against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? Who will stand up for the Most High against the evildoers? Who will stand up for the Most High against the workers of iniquity? Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness in the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors, like slavery. Sorry for slavery, that's not good enough. Made no account of our labors, free labor. When they see it, they shall be filled with terrible fear, and should be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all they look for. You see? So, these are the things that I look at is, you look at the Bible is coded. So you give a little here, a little there, but to those that are looking to be able to eat meat and not drink this milk continually, then it's for them. It ain't for everyone. It's not for everyone. See? You gotta realize it. Look at Jeremiah 13:16. Jeremiah 13:16. Give glory to the Most High your power, before he caused darkness, and before your feet stumble upon the dark mountains. And while you look for light, he turned it into the shadow of death, and make it gross darkness. See? That's why he's telling you, give glory to the Most High, your power. You better learn how to give glory to the Most High and stop taking it all for yourself. So you can do nothing except through a Mashiach Yahushua. You can do nothing except through the Most High. Give glory to the Most High, your power, before he caused darkness, before he caused you to be ignorant, not knowing, being stupid, being shameful. And before your feet stumble upon the dark mountains. And that's the dark kingdoms that we in, no matter where you are scattered, Israel. And while you look for light, he turned it into the shadow of death. You're looking for it now, but it's too late. He turned it into the shadow of death. And make it gross darkness. As he said, people are going to be in what? Gross darkness, gross ignorance. So what happened to them? Oh man, they lost it. Finished. Hopefully we pray that they can come back. Isaiah 5:30. And in that day they shall roar against them like a roaring of the sea. And if one look upon the land, behold, darkness and sorrow, and the light is darkened in the heavens thereof. Why? Because the truth is not in them. Remember, the laws of the Most High is this light. Mashiach came on this earth to show us how to follow the light, that we wouldn't be in darkness. So I say, light is in the world. Let me go there. Let me read it to you. Instead of paraphrasing. I want you to go back to John, the 1st chapter. And this is where we at. Because he was in the Roman Empire. And our people had already been broken down by the Greeks before he came on the earth. I went through that. First Maccabees, the 1st chapter. So, St. John 4 and 6. See, there was a man sent from the Most High whose name was John, talking about John the Baptist. The same came for a witness, to bear witness of the light, talking about Mashiach Yahushua, that all men through him might believe. He was not that light, but was sent to bear witness of that light, Mashiach Yahushua. That was the true light, which bringeth every man that cometh into the world, that lighteneth every man that cometh into the world. Salakia. By what? Showing them the laws of the Most High. How to follow the laws of the Most High. He was in the world. The world was made by him, and the world knew him not. So he was in the world. He made the world. And the world of Israel, which is Isaiah 45:17, knew him not. Israel is a world without end. So Israel didn't know him. Just like they don't know him now. Most of them don't know him. See? But he was that true light. Came to the world to bring brightness of the Most High's laws, statutes, commandments. And then be the ultimate sacrifice, to get rid of the law of sacrifice. For us, we the children of Israel. Isaiah 8:22. And they shall look unto the earth. Isaiah 8:22. And they shall look unto the earth, and behold, trouble and darkness. Look into this earth, trouble and darkness, ignorance, dimness of anguish, and they shall be driven to darkness. See? Now people love to have it so. That's why you got to be aware. You ain't trying to get this, you ain't trying to be enlightened, hey. To hell with you. That's where you going, to hell with you. I'm not just talking. Micah 2:10. You're going to see. Micah 2:10, as it is written. Micah, the 2nd chapter, 10th verse. Arise ye and depart. For this is not your rest. Not in this wicked kingdoms of this earth. Because it is polluted. It's polluted. It shall destroy you, even with the sore destruction. All you that's caught up in this world, the things of this world, it's going to destroy you. It said, even with a sore destruction. What you going to do when he come for you? You don't know when he coming for you, none of us. When he come, you better be ready. And you have everything lined up correctly. 1 Ezra 8:69. See? Because it was polluted. Now before you go there, I want to go to Isaiah 47:5. This would happen. This is how Israel was polluted, and really in essence Israel came into darkness through the Greeks coming into power. Because you got to look at every kingdom that we were captors under. We knew who we were, except for under the Greeks. Who are the people that were under captivity, slavery, bondage now? Isaiah 47:5. Sit thou silent and get thee in the darkness. See, he's telling these Saul this. The Edomites this. O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the lady of kingdoms. So that's where it started. So now I'm getting 1 Ezra 8:69. Listen. The nation of Israel, the princes, the priests, and Levites have not put away from them the strange people of the land. nor the pollutions, there go your pollution right there, pollutions of the Gentiles, to wit, of the Canaanites, so-called Africans, Hittites, Moab-Africans, Perizzites, Moab-Africans, Jebusites, most so-called Africans, and the Moabites, Chinese people, Egyptians, Moab-Africans, and Edomites, so-called Caucasian people. Verse 7. For both they and their sons have married with their daughters, and the holy seed is mixed with the strange people of the land. And from the beginning of this matter, the rulers and the great men have been partakers of this iniquity. See, that's wickedness. That's sin. The Most High didn't make us to integrate and marry other nations. He gave every man his woman. Every man he gave a woman. You understand? To represent his nation. That's just the way it is, whether you like it or not. You can go by the slate of man if you want to, the precept of man, or the knowledge, wisdom, understanding of man if you want to. But they're against the Most High. Listen what it says. Second Ezra 8:71. And as soon as I had heard these things, meaning we had married within these other nations, as soon as I heard these things, I rent my clothes. He tore his clothes and the holy garment and pulled off the hair from off my head and beard, and set me down sad and very heavy. Made him sad and very heavy. Because we weren't supposed to do this. You're going to see that's against the law. Second Ezra 9 and 7. Second Ezra 9 and 7. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works, keeping these laws of the Most High, and by his faith in the Mashiach Yahushua, whereby ye have believed. Second Ezra 9 and 8. Shall be preserved from the said perils, said dangers, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders. For I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. See, some been sanctified by the Most High from the beginning. So we're going to see his land, and we're going to be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us, as it is written. Luke 1:68-71. Verse 9, 2 Ezra 9 and 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, abused his law, etc. We ain't under the law. We ain't got to follow the Most High, but we love God. Get out of here. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways. And they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. You can think you ain't got to follow the Most High if you want to. He said you're going to dwell in torments where the worms never die and the fire never quenched on your body. First Ezra 9:36. All these have taken strange wives, and they put them away, and their children. So they had taken these strange wives, these other nations' wives, they put them away, and their children. Why? Deuteronomy 7:1. Let's go through it. This why. When the Most High thy power, Deuteronomy 7, chapter, the first verse. When the Most High thy power shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and have cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, and the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. So most I say going to cast them out. 7 nations greater and mightier than us. All these are so-called African or Hamites. Verse 2. And when the Most High thy power shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them. That means kill them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. This is key right here. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter. This is the law. Shalt thou take it to thy son. This is why. Verse 4, Deuteronomy 7 and 4. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods, other idols. So will the anger of the Most High be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly. So let me make something clear. Now, a lot of people, they read this and they read the scripture that talks about kings and not supposed to marry multiple wives of these strange nations. Understand this. That's what the Most High was against, because they would turn their minds away from following him. It's no different now. We as Israelites got to look at our women are what? They're Edomites. A lot of them, they're Gentiles. They think like a Gentile. They think like a nation. So we got to really look at trying to indoctrinate them with the true understanding of the Most High, because they come into the truth. They're Gentiles. And the world set up for them. Most of them, the so-called black man or Israelite man or brown man, however you want to look at it, set up for them. So they coming in with this mindset, and you got to be aware. That's why you got to stay in this word, so you don't get drifted off by their train of thought. But see, it was like an Israelite woman of the past would know she was an Israelite. She wouldn't know how to follow the Most High's law. She was taught. Our curriculum was high powered as far as from birth to the time that we were 30 years old, when the ministry is supposed to start, to 50. And in 51, you're an elder. So the woman was right there. They had their duties to do too, concerning the children and concerning the household and all of that, being virtuous and so forth. It wasn't virtuous being wicked. You see, but the ones that's wicked, they were following idolatry. Those are the ones you got to look out for. Because without the knowledge, wisdom, understanding of the Most High's laws, statutes, commandments, and having faith in the Mashiach Yahushua, then what you dealing with? Idolatry. Anybody questioning, I got something for you. I always got a little hold card ready for you. If you don't believe what I'm saying, through the Spirit of the Most High, it's real. See, that's what these cats went on. Like Solomon, he had 1,000 wives, but he married these strange women, and they went in there. In his old age, he made temples to them. Before that, the Most High wasn't tripping with him, except for the fact that he wasn't supposed to deal with them. Period. And you see what happened? In the end, he ended up making those temples and going in there worshiping their gods. So how the Most High fit into that? He don't fit into that. That's the problem. But the Israelite woman is supposed to know the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Be with them. But he said, we get with these strange women, and they would turn your mind away from following the Most High. Laws, statutes, commandments, as it is today. You think about it, all these religions, what they doing? People are Gentiles. They're Gentiles. Those who do not know that they're Israelites. Some of the Israelites still Gentiles in their mind and the way they act and conduct themselves. You know, they still breaking the laws of the Most High. Every time you break the law, it's marked against you. Don't think that you can get away with something, the Most High just overlooking you. No. He said, look, here it is right here. All you that think, you still religious? You still religious? You better come out of it. You still might as well stay up in the church. What the Most High said to everyone to hear my voice, that have ever heard anything that I've said, because I always talk about, we got to keep the laws of the Most High. Follow his rules and regulations. You gave me that to tell you, because you understand rules and regulations. He told you this, Acts 17 and 30. In the time of this ignorance, time you was in darkness with this ignorance, the Most High winked at. He said, okay, you didn't know. But now that you coming into the truth, you hearing my voice, you going, you listening, whatever you're doing, learning the truth, any way that you are learning it. But now, commanded all men everywhere to repent. See? What's repentance? Ask for forgiveness. For doing what? Breaking his laws, statutes, and commandments. Repent. Because he have appointed a day in the which he will judge the world in righteousness. That righteousness is keeping the laws of the Most High. He's going to judge you by how you have kept his laws, statutes, and commandments. By that man whom he hath ordained, a Mashiach Yahushua, whereof he hath given assurance unto all men, and that he hath raised him from the dead. See? So don't get it twisted. He let you know. We got to be on the right path, every day, every way, shape and form, and not deviate. We Israelites every day. You ain't no Israelite just on the Sabbath. Or you're not an Israelite. You might as well be a heathen. Call a heathen, act like a heathen. Like I say, you quack like a duck, you're a duck. You quack like a Gentile, you quack like a heathen, you a heathen. Call yourself an Israelite. You breaking this law, statutes, commandments, Most High gonna get you. That's why, understand this, overstand this. Because a lot of you probably are not listening very well. You hearing, but you're not hearing. Look at this. 2nd Ezra 9 and 9. I got to come back at you again with it. Then, 2nd Ezra 9 and 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways. You abuse his laws. You don't want to do what he say do. You want to do your own thing. You're going to be in a pitiful case. Don't look for nobody to feel sorry for you. The Bible says ain't nobody going to cry for you. Which now have abused my ways. And they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. Take it or leave it. That's what the Most High said. That's why it's all about change and becoming a new creature, being born again, getting better and better and better in the eyes of the Most High. Hell with man, because it says, cursed be the man that trusts in man, making flesh his arm. Better be doing this for the Most High, that you could be saved and not dwelling in the torments that we just read about. Oh yeah, this is real. Just a moment.